another Fanstream. We're so excited to be here with some great reveals for you for Vintage and Black Series. So we are going to keep it segment by segment this time. So of course, Emily and I are back again to represent for Vintage.
I feel like they always keep it segment by segment, but that's just me.
Emily and I will be for Vintage. Brandon is coming back for Black Series. And Eric can join us today, but we have a wonderful guest, a legend in his own right. So Tom, the sculptor for Black Series, who's been doing this for a long time, he's going to represent for Black Series. So it's great to see new faces as they join the team for the streams. For Vintage reveals, we do have a special guest recording with us today.
Okay.
So we're so
a lot of
excited
special
to share
guests today. This fan stream's fun
let's
so
go through
far.
Some of the other reveals that we have. And we also mentioned we're having more frequent touch points. We're, what, once per month now? January, February, March?
Hey.
I love that we're doing this more frequently.
Me too.
Giving you more news. And of course, we have Celebration coming in April, and that's going to be huge as well. So more news to come.
Looking forward to seeing your guys' reveals for April.
So let's start the stream with
that's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to start with classic entertainment, the classic movie. Emily, why don't you go with the
Let me guess, Return to Tatooine?
For the Vintage collection, we're going to start at the very beginning with a refresh of a classic bounty hunter who was VC01.
Not Return to Tatooine. Well, kind of.
Refresh slot for
he was on Tatooine in Return of the Jedi.
Spotted in Darth Vader's Star Destroyer and The Empire Strikes Back. This one is a really detailed figure. It comes with all kinds of weathering deco on his brown armor.
He looks good.
He's got updates to his
This
portrait.
one was another much-needed
update.
update.
You're going to see a lot more of that scarring across his face.
Still,
looking really grisly. And
in my opinion, the absolute worst, one of the absolute worst choices for a number one spot for the Vintage collection. Of all the characters they could have picked, Dengar should have been nowhere near the list. Not that I don't like Dengar. I'm just saying, he should not have been number one of the Vintage collection. Just shouldn't have happened.
For sure. We're excited to get back.
Sure.
For packaging, again, for returning fans, we like to do this. It's VC01A.
That card
it comes
back.
with a new alternate card back.
I like that.
To do that when we bring figures
I like how they put an A on that.
So that's
because it does look kind of similar to that other VC Dengar card back.
We pipelined this actually just this time, but we're here to reveal it officially today. It was a quick turnaround.
That's good.
So
fans like a quick turnaround.
Program,
oh, look at that! Return to Tatooine.
Luke's land speeder.
That's right. And this has been such a fun project. Here's the Luke Skywalker.
I like that. And it's going to come with a carded Luke too. Very nice. Oh yeah, that color.
So this one has been such a cool one to develop, everyone. This has
color looks fantastic.
You know, the first thing we did is we just gathered all of the past releases of Land Speeder. We wanted to see, you know, what has worked, what has been missing. And that's really what guided the way to our new release.
On the last one, color was one of the big things missing. It was too dark.
You know, our archive and found that original Kenner Land Speeder to look at and to examine. And you'll see some of that right in the features of this item. That Kenner-inspired feature is that when you pop the gear shift here in the center vehicle,
gotta have the gear shifter.
Pop in and out. Those transparent wheels.
Gotta have the gear shifter.
It kind of looks like it's hovering.
Wow, that's like the best those wheels have looked on it too, with the gear shifter.
For this land speeder.
That's
and
nice.
So for collectors, another important feature is, of course, when I get a vehicle, I want to fit all of the characters where they should go.
Yep.
So for this
gotta
one,
fit
you know,
Luke,
Obi-Wan,
R2, and 3PO.
The last release was for C-3PO, and that's, you know, right here. You can see an indent right behind the seats, and that is where C-3PO's legs go when he poses in this vehicle. So we've restored that, and you're getting for that first time in the Vintage collection both those pop-out wheels and that spot where C-3PO's legs go. So
it's also where I like to put my extra accessories on my Black Series release.
Like that. And
like
so
a poncho and stuff if they're not on Luke. They go in that back section too.
See the engine inside with all its vents and wiring, and that's
really, it looks like they just took the Black Series version and scaled it down and added the retractable wheels.
They did an inkjet to kind of pull out all the
I'm jealous that this version has the retractable wheels and my Black Series version doesn't.
Capture it on camera, but it looks bad.
For sure. And another spot where we just went in for the deco was all this weathering. You see that streaking across the front of the hood, and also all those little areas of silver where it almost kind of looks like it's such a weathered and used vehicle in that universe that all of the paint's just worn right away.
It's gone through some sand.
It's gone through some sand. It's seen some sand, guys. So yeah, all these
Yes,
spots
it
of
has.
deco are really
Yes, it
improved
has.
on this one. You can see a
Fantastic
shine on
job
that
on that
silver
leather.
as well. We had a lot
Yeah,
of fun decorating.
I don't know why
I mean, it's a great-looking
I know why
vehicle.
some fans
I'm
were
glad
complaining
that
because
we
there's
also
other
have
vehicles we want to
the
get,
the
but
figure to go along with it. So of course it comes with
guys,
the updated
this was a
Luke Skywalker
much
figure
needed
with
update for
new deluxe
TVC.
accessories.
It's been
It
over a
packs a punch.
decade
There's
since
a
we've
lot
gotten
with
a
it,
land
and a lot of
speeder,
detail
and
with
this
it.
is the
Yeah,
best
including
land
the
speeder in
soft
3
goods, I
3/4
That's
scale.
right. And he's going to come with
Already.
not only his
That's
soft goods
the
poncho
best
here,
one.
but also a soft
For
goods
detail,
tunic. I'll see if I can pull that up.
Screen
And that
accuracy,
soft goods
scale.
tunic skirt
That's the
is
best
going
one now.
to allow him to sit super well in his vehicle. Just sit
Gosh,
really
that
well.
looks fantastic too.
And
I love
there's,
the rifle.
I mean, like I mentioned, there's so many
Looks good.
accessories that could really just like plug into his belt too. Like I see them like listed out. It's a little hard. I'm a little shorter, so I have to like lean a little, but it's there.
So all the things that can go on this, like Ultimate Luke Skywalker's belt, is going to be, you know, his unlit lightsaber hilt. It's going to be his macro binoculars, which have a little plug, that piece to plug onto his belt or hit his hand.
I don't know if
And,
they've
like,
ever had that for a
previous releases,
TVC.
he also
Actually,
had
I don't know if they've had
and
removable
there is
macro
a
binoculars for Luke
lightsaber
for
hilt.
3 3/4
Yep.
scale ever.
And also this
I know
little
he's
pouch
had
that
his
you see
micro
in some of
binoculars
the,
as
you
a
know,
separate
these are kind of
accessory, but I don't
alternate
think he's ever been
scenes,
able to actually
even
attach
some
them to his
behind
belt
the scenes
before.
photos that we pulled from
At
to
this
make
scale.
Luke Skywalker.
Definitely in 6-inch and
And
definitely in
you'll also
12-inch.
see for him, he's going to come with this
Remember,
long
ever in 3
printing
3/4.
rifle,
I'm
and
gonna have to
that's
go
a
double
piece
check
that
on
can
that.
plug onto a little clip on the side of the vehicle. He'll also come with that desert protective sun hat with the sculpted
The
goggles.
boonie
and
hat,
all this
yeah.
Heat of the Tatooine suns.
For
So
sun
this,
fishing.
Deluxe Luke is going to also
There's
add a
nowhere to fish
weathering
on
wash to
Tatooine,
his boots,
as
if
far
you
as I
notice.
know.
So I know fans have been looking for that, and you'll see that released here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great looking figure, and I love that he could sit seamlessly into the vehicle, and it's a great updated one for Return to Tatooine. And quick look at the packaging here. I love diorama packaging that the team can pull together. So there is different photography on the front and the back. So the front references the original Kenner packaging. Like you mentioned, Emily, we like to really go back and explore and, you know, just dive into everything that's been done before.
But it looks like it's with some of the most recent
Exactly.
figures.
So that sandy scene with Tatooine gradient sun in the background, one with the sand trooper in the front where he's like confronting our heroes. And then in the back, if you want to flip it around, the diorama recreation of the movie scene where the sand troopers hold them up for some identification. So, of course, an iconic moment. But the Jedi mind trick.
7 stormtroopers on that one. That's cool.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
That's a good scene diorama. Well done.
Luke, with all his great accessories, is on that deluxe figure card of Luke standing in front of the speeder. So, of course, that
A
is the
deluxe
image that we're
figure
gonna use
card,
for the
okay.
card back. VC344A. And like I mentioned, Return to Tatooine.
That means that should
great
be a wider
addition
card
to
back,
that
guys.
Poster. So let's take a
Wonder what
quick
the box
look
is gonna.
now with the land speeder.
How is that gonna fit in that box if it's a
All right,
deluxe
so
card
for
back?
availability,
Oh,
both
no, I guess it
Dengar
will.
and the land speeder
I see
are
it now.
available summer of this year. This land speeder with Luke is available at Fan Channel. Dengar is available at Fan Channel and Amazon. Pre-order is the same for everything that we showed today. So pre-order is up tomorrow, March 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's right.
And for more
Animation
details,
this
guys,
time.
we'll
Why
have
don't
it
we go
posted
into
everywhere on
Clone Wars?
socials.
Exactly. So for Clone Wars,
Instagram,
we're going to reveal
TikTok,
one that was a high
Meta,
ranking character in
etc.
recent fan voting,
And,
that
of
is
course, on
Asajj
rebelscum.com.
Ventress, a favorite and a badass.
Oh.
So Asajj ranked so highly in our fans' self-run March Madness voting and our fans' self-run voting. And
That
as did
Asajj
her
looks
Master Count 2, which she
amazing.
also released recently.
Okay,
So you'll
but
get that
how
under
does the
her
card
princess
back
pairing.
look though?
It's also really just, you know, such
Yeah.
a cool character in the lore.
Yeah,
And
I
one that
love
should have been
when
in
we do
TVC
Japanese, which is
way
like Night Sisters
sooner.
and
But
recent shows
at least we're
even,
finally
so
here.
Having them come back and having the classic one that we saw from Asajj is just amazing to have. in
Absolutely.
vintage. Yep.
And she's going to come with that.
I'm glad the
really latest
saber hilts
in
are actually
articulation.
going
She's
to
gonna come with
connect.
the barbell hips, the rocker
They
ankles,
did connect in
and
the Clone
just
Wars
all the
film,
works for
but
this
Kenobi
So she
cut
can
them in
pose
half.
for fighting.
one. That's right. And also to pose for fighting, that soft goods skirt.
A lot of
Yeah.
people
That's just
forget
gonna
it did
help her
happen
with
in
how
canon
acrobatic
at least
Asajj
once.
was in the Clone Wars.
Yes.
You'll also see her with her 2 dual lightsabers, and that will come with a pin right here on the bottom of one hilt so that you can link them together into a singular double-bladed saber. And as well, she's going to come with her unlit lightsaber hilts with pins, and those will plug right into her belt buckle there. So this one, her portrait was where I think we had some of the most fun. She's got these purple tattoos across her portrait and across her head that are so cool and unique to her.
You can even see it on the back if you turn her around.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Just the coolest.
So cool.
She's the coolest.
She's honestly.
Yeah, but how's that card back look like though? I said, how's that card back? What's that card back look like though?
And for the packaging, it's such a fierce card.
Oh,
back.
they went with Camino when she's dueling Anakin. Nice.
She's ready for action, and you can see that in the figure and in the packaging.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
That was great. Let's move on to another set of animations.
So animation.
Rebels.
About animation.
Rebels figure and a Clone Wars figure.
For Rebels, it has a special place in our
VC fans are eating today, and a vehicle.
You know, just as a halo for anyone that has backed the Ghost HasLab. So our next reveal, which again we love, thank you so much.
Companion piece. I like companion pieces.
So fun to play with now that it's out there. So we want to keep supporting it. So our next reveal, Imperial Officer, sometimes turned ally. It's Alexander Callis. All right.
What? Oh, that looks so amazing.
Gray stripe down the center of it, if you can see.
And he's got a removable helmet too.
It has a chest armor panel with Imperial rank badge. And also
that's so much better than the Rebels
and
card
course,
figure release.
You know, he has that removable.
Alright, but where's the Black Series one? I hope that gets pipeline today too. That'd be so
cool.
Take
that off and see the portrait underneath, which for this one is an interpretation of an
Nailed
animated
it.
portrait into a realistic style.
Nailed it.
We do that. Yep.
All those mutton chops, all that facial hair. And so for him, you'll see him wielding a bow rifle in its staff form, and that's from enemies that he's defeated, and it's similar to what you'll see with Zeb.
Yeah.
And really, that's just gonna make kind of an amazing duel between them if you have both figures from our past releases.
Who holds the bow rifle better?
Yeah, who does it better? Who did it better?
Who did it better?
It's also got these electricity effects that you can plug on or take off on both sides of the bow staff.
Yep.
And with both of them wielding, I mean, that's just gonna go right on my shelf in a duel.
Alright, but what's that card back look like though?
Alright, and tell us about the portrait. Did you mentioned, you know, the
when we take one that has, you know, it has only appeared in animation, it's really a work of art from our sculptors. They interpret it as if this is a real person, and that was such a fun challenge on this one.
Yeah, it looks great.
He does.
And as for packaging, the card back shows a battle pose. You know, in your mind, maybe against Zeb. VC 365 for this one. All right,
that looks very good.
I love doing animation. Let's go over to the Mandalorian for our final reveal for the vintage collection. But you know, Emily and I are not going to reveal that. We're going to have a special guest do this reveal for us.
Oh boy!
So we need some help on this one.
We do. A special clip of an actor who played this character. We've seen him all over Disney Plus shows, including The Mandalorian, all 3 seasons. Roll tape.
It better be Carson.
Hi, Paul. I know you wanted to talk with us. Like, what's going on your mind?
Well, Jane, thank you so much for yet again taking another one of my calls. I know over the last 5 years it's been really, really sort of hectic. I just wanted to make sure that you got my latest package to you guys. It is the petition. That, you know, there's a lot of polls that are going on right now, fan polls. And I just wanted to let you know that
Teva?
That's it.
Where is Carson Teva?
It is a legally binding petition. That was created by the law firm Me, Myself, and I. They are new here, one of the hottest ones in Canada, and just want to make sure you got that because they are demanding.
As a not lawyer, I can confirm I was the paper.
Teva figure. I know I sound like a broken record, but like it's just
100% legal. He's right.
People want it.
Paul,
yes, we do.
I totally get it, Paul, but I feel like I see your name on here.
There better be an X-wing with it.
I see a Paul
I'm not gonna. No, I mean it's a popular name, Jing. What can I say? It's popular. Forgetting the fact that it's a 20-point font and quadruple spaced over like several pages, you are literally looking at tens of dozens of like.
I mean, I believe you, Paul. I do, for sure. I mean, I see Jing Jr. on here too. Like, I totally get it. You're right. Yeah. Like, you're totally right.
Funny.
People are demanding and asking for your figure. We do have a surprise for you as well.
Oh, that package that I got sent?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to open it?
Yeah, I just kind of thought, well, was it another Mandalorian? Because, like, I kind of got all the fleet commanders that I want, and I just sort of put it aside on a pile of tears. what I call
This
it.
one's gonna be worth your time.
Is this for real?
Show it.
Yeah.
You guys aren't pranking.
It's on a teal card too. Yes,
You did it.
We did.
it's already open too. It's already open. He was already playing with it. That's so great.
The vintage collection. We're so
It looks
excited
so
to
good.
share this with you.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look at him.
You know, we've just made so many pilots. I think it was time for their captain.
Well, I was kind of wondering, and this is great. This is wonderful.
They even
Look, he's
have
got
the jacket. Yep.
And look at the hairline. Look at his little gut too. I love it. You know, it's there, but it's not like too big. It's just like, yeah.
It looks
This
so
is
good.
legit. Thank you.
Well, we made you a completely, fully new tooled figure. So this one is all you, all custom for you, and it was so much fun. I have to say, I loved getting into the details here. It started with the portrait, but it carried on to those tiny little emblems across your pilot helmet, which is so cool from the set.
Yes. Oh, this is
And
awesome.
last up for me, it was all
This
the
is-
patches, which I've heard that you might have a personal story about. I'm just in there matching reference, but I heard that for you it goes a little farther.
The paint app it's so precise. Yes, and those patches, I actually got a chance to design them. They wanted all the pilots to have, you know, an individualized sort of look, and so that bottom white patch is actually inspired from my parents, my homeland, you know, where I was born, and it's South Korea, and so like the red and the blue birds sort of represent that part on the Canadian, on the Korean flag, and in Arabesh, there's two little Arabesh symbols there too. Oh my gosh, and that's EY for East York, which is where I'm living right now, which is a borough of Toronto, and the patch above is a Rancor. It was supposed to be a bulldog because the bulldog has significance in my life.
Yeah, I'm so glad that there's like story behind it.
Oh, look at that! I love how well the helmet fits, and doesn't like it's so easy to slip on, and it's gonna focus. Focus.
There you go.
Focus. It's so easy to slip on and off. And
This
it
is
looks
gotta be one of the
proportionally
most
perfect.
amazing
You got the little chin strap too.
fan
I
moments.
love it.
Honestly, Paul, like
In
thank
Star
you
Wars
for being
history.
Such a fan and being such a beacon in the community.
You guys
Thank you,
knocked it
Hasbro.
out of the
This is
ballpark.
amazing.
I mean, I've been playing with action figures since I was 5 years old, and I never thought I'd be playing with a like a legacy sort of size action figure of a character that I played in a show and in a universe that I love. Thank you for bringing your artistry and your patience after listening to me rail for the last 5 years about why I didn't have an action figure. Now I can't do that.
Finally.
Now I can't do that, but this is...
Black
But
Series.
thank you so much. We all
Black Series
appreciate you,
Hasbro.
and in all the shows you've been, we're such fans.
Thanks, Emily. Wow. This is amazing.
That was the best.
Can we always reveal that way? Can we sometime?
That was literally the best experience ever. So obviously, Emily and I, unfortunately, we're not professionals.
No, I think you can tell because I was grinning like a dopey grin the whole
Oh my
time.
gosh, we were so excited.
How could you
Paul,
not?
He obviously
Who
is a
isn't right now?
professional,
I mean,
but he was
honestly,
so
who
gracious
isn't
with us. He had us laughing.
Sitting at home with the biggest grin right now.
He did.
He's so funny, and we are such fans. So that was like the best experience for us. Paul, we can't thank you enough for joining
Thank you.
us and being
Thank you,
part
Paul.
of this reveal. It was a great experience. We hope that you enjoyed seeing your figure in hand. You are an action figure.
An action figure, and this is his first time ever being made into an action figure, he
Yeah.
said. And for that, he's a fully new tool. So this is going to be a really great one.
Oh,
Let's bring out our copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we told Paul, this one is
That
fully
looks
made for him
fantastic.
in the figure itself.
Great
And
figure.
That is just going to come with so many details. He'll come in his X-Wing pilot suit and also wearing his pilot brown leather jacket.
Gotta have
And
the
what we talked
jacket.
about with Paul is the patches on it are super cool, and we're very custom to him. And he worked with the costume designer to create them, and they have that special meaning to him.
Yeah, we had no idea until
I didn't know until we talked to him.
You're just
we're
looking
like
at it.
matching reference. Oh, this is like really
A
meaningful.
story,
So,
yeah.
so cool.
So cool.
It also comes with, you know, his blue pilot helmet. That's got that New Republic logos on it and the blue panels. That one is an existing helmet. The rest of the figure is new, but the weapon and helmet are existing. So he'll come with
And
that
fun fact,
blaster
Star Wars
rifle,
fans, this
and
helmet does
just
exist in
honestly,
1-to-1 scale
some of the funnest as
in
well
their
is
Black
the portrait,
Series
making this look like such an
electronic
iconic
helmet
actor,
line.
and we've loved him from all of his past roles.
And it's
too.
very
We're
cool.
fans.
I bet Kentucky has it in his collection, as he collects all of their helmets.
So
He might even
honestly,
be watching
Paul,
this
thank you
right
again
now.
for joining us, and please never stop telling us what figure to make next.
That's right. Never
If he
look
is,
out
he's
for
also,
VC
I know,
363.
super excited about Carson
Alright,
Teva.
so Agent, Callus, Asajj Ventress, and Carson Teva are available summer of 2025.
Great character announcements today,
So get
Hasbro.
them at
Great
fan
character
channels
announcements
and
today.
Amazon. Pre-order
All three
tomorrow, March
big
26th
fan
at
wish
1
list
p.m.
characters.
Eastern time.
Great
That's
announcements.
it for the vintage collection.
Thank
But
you.
What a stream.
Weird that they didn't show
Now
the
we're
Lance
gonna go
Beater in
over
that
to
lineup
Black
just
Series.
then, but
Bye, guys.
there was also the Lance Beater that they revealed today, guys, so
Thanks, Emily.
don't
and
forget
Jim.
that.
It was great to see some of those cool
Oh.
vintage collection reveals.
Oh.
Particularly, I'm really excited about.
I bet
Asajj
they're going to
Ventress.
show off
That looks so good.
the Pipeline
and-
Smee then.
Hello, Star Wars fans. It's great to be back with you on another Star Wars fan stream. As you can see, I'm not on my own. I'm joined by a Hasbro Star Wars legend.
Where's Eric?
Tom Rigo, sculpting manager.
What's
Great
going
to
on,
have you here,
Tom?
Thank you.
Not to worry though, fans. Eric is currently in the Outer Rim, working very hard on some really cool product that you're going to see very, very soon. And shout out to the Unseen team. We couldn't do this without you. And they've been working on some amazing stuff that we're excited to share with you today. So as you can see, we're going to be going into the realm of Disney Plus.
It's gotta
here,
be
pulling
Smee.
from Skeleton
It's gotta
Crew
be
and
Smee.
From Ahsoka. And first up, we're going to start with Ahsoka.
Mm.
And today, we're revealing a figure that is part of the
Ah,
next
yes!
wave, the Night Trooper. And this is one of our undead Night Trooper.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
face
This was,
looks great.
you know, when we saw the reference for this and just how awesome he looked with the red popping against the black and that undead head all scarred up.
That's
going
gonna
to
look good next to Enoch and
it
the
was
other
really
Night
exciting
Trooper.
to kind of dig our teeth into this. So this one was awesome. It's pretty much, you know, got wraps on every part of his armor, and it really pops. I think it looks awesome.
I think
Absolutely.
it looks awesome too.
And I think what I love about the wraps too is that, like at face value, they may appear like they're painted on, but they're actually sculpted on. And you can just see all of the realistic details there in terms of the wrinkles in the wraps and the kind of different colorings across them. Like you've got the slight black at the top there as well as the red. Tom, I think you mentioned there's some newness here. How much of this Night Trooper is new?
You know, honestly, it's mostly new. I think the only existing parts are the feet, the hands, the shoulder pads,
Wow.
and some of the joints. Everything else,
Everything
all
else
new.
is newly
Yeah.
sculpted.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So, you know, here's an example of a previously released figure. that
I
we
mean,
did,
even
which
if they
was,
took an original
a
mold
different
and
version of one of the
damaged it
from
up,
Ahsoka.
it's still a new sculpt.
And as you can see, there is such a stark difference here between those two in terms of
Big
their
time.
sculpting and in terms of how they appear and look on your shelves as well. And just to call out that point, if we get a closer up shot there of the head sculpt, what's great about
Head
the articulation
articulation
here
is
that,
so good.
you know,
Yes!
They get really contorted.
yeah,
That
to
neck
look
and head, yeah.
so undead.
I love when
So
zombie
some really
figures
cool
can do
articulation
really
there to
good
capture,
zombie
the look and
poses.
feel of that character there, which is great. So the Night Trooper here is going to come with his blaster, and he will be number 17 in the Ahsoka collection. So
He looks really
make
good
sure
in that
fans go
packaging.
out and troop build these
That
to
blue
go
clashes well
alongside,
with him.
Your Thrawn, Enoch, and face off against Ahsoka, Sabine, and I feel like the Night Troopers went up against somebody else in the
Yeah,
show, right?
yeah. There was somebody that they were battling against. Yeah.
Are we getting Moses Ezra?
Maybe we should make a figure of him.
Oh, yes, we are!
So the next figure that we were
Yes!
will be a part of the
Oh!
show, the same wave as the Night Trooper, is Ezra Bridger in his look from Peridia, which is so exciting.
I'm so glad it wasn't a
I
Night
think
Trooper
that-
disguise Ezra first.
When I just was rewatching the episode the other day, and as a big fan of Rebels, to get to see a character that I know and love and had enjoyed over so many different stories, over so many different episodes, over so many different seasons, to get to see him come to life in live action in the way that he did was just magical.
And he
right?
was the same.
Absolutely.
He
And then
was
seeing
the
also,
same.
You know what he looks like, what he's
The
wearing.
portrayal
and
was
just kinda,
perfect.
You know what he's been up to. Obviously, you
Yep.
know he's come a long way. He's got a full beard going on. He's you know grown the hair.
Yeah.
And the outfit he's wearing is really cool. It's really layered. He's got the shoulder pad, all of the different little details on there, and then the chainmail in the
Yep.
armor. So that was really cool. And all these, I don't know if you can see the straps on the boots. all of that is was really fun to sculpt. So that was really cool. He looks really good. I'm happy with him.
And just like Tom said, like you can see the growth there of the Ezra that we knew coming out of Rebels, that we see a little bit of in Ahsoka, and then Ezra in
season
his
3,
full
season
radio
4,
look there.
Ezra.
And just to call out some of those details.
It would have been cool if they had the other Rebels Ezra to showcase next to it, but that's okay. We'll show it in the Rebel Scum review.
It's just phenomenal. I think it's one of the best in the line.
I like how they actually have the emitter wider on that saber. It looks like it might actually be wider than the Black Series
the thighs.
Yeah,
Kanan saber, but we'll confirm when we get that in
maybe
hand.
some of the joints underneath as well that you can't see, but pretty much everything visible is new.
Yeah.
This guy.
Like the forearm wraps, like you can see Eric was able to get the deco detail there on the wraps too. The chainmail sculpting underneath here, the different accessories in terms of the
pouches,
and the boots. I love the sculpted detail there on the boots. Like it just like one thing that's so amazing about Star Wars is the unique costumes, and
they almost don't even look like boots. It kind of looks like
so to get to see that was really cool.
Like these weirdly woven stockings or like wrapped stockings,
kind of.
You
a lot of previously released figures here today.
It's hard to describe.
But if you have some of these already, like Ahsoka, like Sabine, then to get Ezra in there as well.
Gotta get really Ezra in there. Yep.
Is a really cool.
Hope there's a new Morgan with
those,
the blade of Talzin coming at some point.
Fighting here and battling.
Oh yeah, that looks sweet. Put a couple of the other ones up there.
And you need the full collection.
Yep.
So looks great.
Yeah.
Ezra here is going to be number 18 in the Ahsoka collection mural packaging. But yes, okay, over to Sculpting Group.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can see, some more previously released figures here. These were part of a wave that we did late last year in 24. I loved this show.
I did too.
Loved this show.
I did too. It was fantastic.
Each week, I felt like I was one of the kids on an adventure. It reminded me of my childhood, just running out into the woods with my friends, you know? And you did some amazing work on these too. The sculpting of the kids, getting some younger characters into the line was great, and it really helps, add to the silhouette of Black Series. So today we're revealing another new figure, which is
SM.
I knew it.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, baby, right this way.
This guy was.
Look at him.
So when we got the reference from Lucasfilm,
got the discs.
It was, as we're scrolling through, it was really awesome to see. Lucasfilm always does a great job with new droid designs. So it's always exciting when we get a new one to kind of dig in and see what it can do.
Yep.
And then as we're going, we notice this guy just expands. He every joint in his body is able to retract and expand. And so when I saw that, I was like, we gotta get that to work. Yeah. So it took a lot of effort. It kind of reminded me of the Droidica, where it's just an engineering nightmare, but it was really cool. So we were able to get it, and I actually got a sample here just to illustrate. You can see the bicep expands, the forearm expands on both arms.
An engineering nightmare. I don't think it was
the peg leg
that difficult to articulate, and y'all still missed a big key piece of articulation even then.
So everything is articulated and can really get huge. So that was pretty awesome to do, and I'm just happy with the way we're able to get this guy to work, and our Hong Kong partners also helped with that as well. They did a great job,
he does
getting
so
all
good.
the tooling to work. So yeah, I'm super stoked with how this guy came out. Another cool thing that
great looking droid sculpt
is the little rat. So you
he even has a little
a
rat.
pair of tweezers to grab him. So he's a little guy.
I think this is
and he goes right in the eye.
One of the smallest Black Series accessories we've ever done.
Yep.
But we had to do it.
That one's on the list.
You see that point in the show with
the shifter knob and Luke's comlink from
it was so
A New Hope.
So, yeah, we had to get that in there as well. We were so
we'll have to see which is smaller.
The way that Eric was able
or
to
Lola's buzzsaw.
Chromatic feel
Lola's
of the droid,
buzzsaw is also very
you
tiny.
Feel like he's been rusting for a long time. Like the combination between the sculpting that you were able to do in capturing the engineering and the way, like, look at that, like the attention to detail there is just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love all the wires too off the back of his head.
His signature weapons here on the forearms, I think the version you had also showed off.
Yeah, we have alternate shields, the collapse shields. They go there.
Yep.
The other thing that we have also, because he has a peg leg, we're like a little concerned about him standing. So we have a little clear base that he can plug into. But frankly, he actually does stand pretty well without it. But you know, we included it just in case. So.
And just to Tom's point there, you can see, like just how tall SM33 can get. Like that's just extending the torso there. You know, so he towers.
It's in his limb from limb stance.
And the kids, like that. Yeah, really cool.
Don't remember. No.
So, this is one of our deluxe figures for the year. And again, I think it just came out so incredibly well. So, the 3 figures that we revealed today, which is the Night Trooper, Ezra Bridger, and SM33, are going to be available everywhere that you would normally find Black Series. The Night Trooper and Ezra are going to be available summer of this year, and SM33 will be available fall of this year. All 3 figures will pre-order tomorrow, March 26th at 1 p.m. So,
very nice. Just
to recap one more time, a lot of previously revealed figures here today, but the ones that are revealing today and pre-ordering tomorrow, Night Trooper, Ezra Bridger, and SM33.
And once again, guys, just in case you missed any of that, it'll be posted on rebelscum.com as well as rebelscum.com social media, just like the Vintage Collection announcements.
Both the Vintage Collection and the Black Series. Stay tuned, as Jing has previously mentioned. You're going to be seeing more of us in the coming months, as you have done the last couple of months. I think there's a really fun, exciting event coming up soon. Right?
Something, yeah,
so,
little
look
thing.
Forward to celebrating with you there. And until next time, may the force be with you. See you.
Not bad reveals today. Not bad reveals today at all. Wow. We had 3 new figure reveals, including a follow-up on the Landspeeder Pipeline reveal, which the Landspeeder, once again, just to recap, looked absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, this is going to be the best Landspeeder in 3 3/4 scale in terms of detail, scale, and once again, being able to put C-3PO and R2 in the proper position rather than just having C-3PO just sit up on the back of it with his legs out is, I mean, it's just better, right? It's just better. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Interesting to see a deluxe carded figure inside a boxed vehicle, especially in terms of condition and shipping. You know how Walmart can be. We know how Amazon can be. So hopefully, you know, those packages show up safe, and hopefully those bigger cards aren't just a bigger target. But at the same time, a deluxe figure inside of a vehicle is kind of crazy, right? Like, what's next? You know? What's next? Asajj on that Clone Wars card, the Camino duel was a good choice, I thought. What would be some artwork you guys would have liked to have seen alternatively for Asajj Ventress for her Clone Wars art? And since this is her Separatist outfit specifically, we want to, I would say, go with something pre-Betrayal of Dooku, because, I mean, this is just Separatist Asajj. We finally have her in the line now, just like we have her in Black Series 6-inch scale, and there's other versions of Asajj in a galaxy far, far away, well past that point in the story. So, this is just the starting point for her. Where can we go from here? Because she does have other lives, which, really awesome. Really awesome. And Callus. My little jelly, we did get a Callus also in Black Series today, but hey, VC has to win some every once in a while, and that one was another really awesome dub. Callus in TVC looks incredible. That head sculpt looked really good, and for an artistic take on Callus, I think they nailed it. I don't think Hasbro's done a bad job per se with their when they get creative and try to do an artistic adaptation from comic book or animation sources to live action depictions like they have with VC and Black Series. I mean, honestly, going all the way back to VC Phase 1, when they did it with the Clone Wars with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka respectively, all the way back then. And somehow Hasbro accidentally stumbled on making their live-action likeness to Ahsoka look like the young star who ended up playing Ahsoka in the flashback scenes, which I believe was Daphne Keane in the Ahsoka series. Now, that was just coincidence, because that figure came out around 2010, 2000... No, it wasn't 2010. That figure came out around 2012, because it was at the end of TVC Phase 1. But, and Daphne would have been... Well, she wasn't an actress yet, right? She was probably a baby, if she was around yet. So, yeah, sometimes it's just a happy little accident, and it just works out. But Hasbro, the point is, Hasbro does a really good job with their interpretation sculpts, shall we say? Shall we call them, for lack of a better label for now? And this one is no exception. The new Agent Kallus looks amazing. My only critique, my only constructive criticism I feel the Kallus release needs, if any, is probably the bow staff. The fact that it just comes extended unless it's articulated, and I just missed that somewhere. Maybe I was talking over them, I don't know, I do that sometimes. But it didn't look like it articulated, because they didn't show it collapsed at any point. At least I didn't see any pictures like that. So, yeah, it just, if it's not going to collapse, just a collapsed version and a regular version, since this is the TVC release, and I don't think it would need to be pushed to a deluxe for that. I think I already said this, but yeah, the removable helmet, fantastic. And with us getting this new unique face sculpt, and with them probably not having to sculpt too much new stuff for a Rebels officer version for Yavin base Agent Kallus isn't too far away, I wouldn't think, because I think the biggest challenge with making that would be the head sculpt, and, well, they already laid the foundation by making this one have a removable helmet and have such a fantastic head sculpt. I mean, if they want to change the facial expression a little bit, sure, maybe, but I don't think Hasbro needs to. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see a Rebel Alliance Rebels Agent Kallus? Let us know in the comments. And let's see, there was one more in TVC. Oh, right. I don't know why I'm for... How could I have forgotten the most exciting part? Carson Teva. And to bring him out in the flesh for that, well, kind of, was great. And I loved how he tried to feint, like, oh, I'm just not taking it out of the box before, when he's holding the bubble crooked on the card back. And I'm like, come on, I already know you were playing with that figure. He probably, it looked like that was his Red 5 behind him. He probably didn't even have Luke in it. I bet you he was putting his Carson in that X-Wing, and he probably had the biggest smile on his face that we didn't even get to see while he was recording that, while flying Carson in that X-Wing. And I can't wait that we're going to get to do that soon too, because Carson's been a big fan favorite character pretty much since the character appeared, definitely after he appeared the second time. Excuse me. And yeah, getting him in the line actually as a figure instead of just a helmet now is really exciting, and hopefully maybe Hasbro just has a Carson Teva T65 just around the corner for us. And keep in mind, guys, while it seemed like today's announcements were kind of light, honestly, the fact that we even got announcements today was kind of a treat, because we are really close to Star Wars Celebration now. I think we're just about exactly a month out. But we are really, really close to Star Wars Celebration now. And they gotta have some really awesome reveals for Star Wars Celebration, because it is one of the biggest Star Wars events this year, and it's going to be all kinds of fun, with all kinds of awesome announcements, with all kinds of awesome celebrity guests, with all kinds of awesome fans. And while I won't be there personally this year, out repping for Rebel Scum is going to be my friend Kentucky and Cheyenne, so they'll be out there handing out stickers, handing out patches and things. So catch them out in the wild, say hey, and we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. And may the Force be with all of you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's reaction to today's Hasbro Pulse fan stream. And may the Force be with all of you. You Rebel Scum.